I'm standing inside of a giant peach costume, staring out at the congregation through two peepholes, dancing my heart out to a song about the ninefold fruit of the Spirit. I'm the lead in the fall youth choir production, Fruity Tunes. A spin-off of the famous Christian animated series, VeggieTales, singing, "He gives love, joy, peace, and patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. He gives gentleness and self-control. That's the ninefold fruit of the Spirit." That's enough. A cast of other elementary school kids twirls around, blasting their love for Jesus Christ on the cross, all from inside a heavenly host of other fruit costumes, including a bunch of grapes, which symbolize goodness, the Raisinets, who represent self-control, and an apple, love. The apple also has an evil worm inside, a hand puppet that snakes out the top. Another symbol for how our love for God can become infected by sinful, dirty things that fester inside each of us. And I love the climax of the play when the worm slithers back down into the apple while a robust chorus of children, not dressed up as fruit, shout over and over to the worm, "You are the devil and the devil is bad! You are the devil and the devil is bad!" We receive thunderous applause and a standing ovation, and as the praise settles around me, I feel safe and secure and seen and deeply connected to God. I close my eyes and I feel him right there with me. Him with a capital H, guiding me and channeling his great will for my humble life. This all takes place at First Presbyterian Church, a foreboding building covered in tinted windows that stretches an entire city block on Bijou Street in downtown Colorado Springs. This church, it's my second home. I wander the hallways and I sneak into every deacon's office. I spend long hours in the sanctuary, scribbling notes on empty donation envelopes with meaningful, moving messages like, "I like butts." Or, "I really like butts." I discover the secret passageway behind the choir loft and the deep sense of peace looming back there, a soundproof haven. I spend hours lying on the ground in that narrow space, staring at the dim lighting on the ceiling, wondering about what God looks like, and praying that he will take this thing away from me that I feel so deeply ashamed of. This thing about myself that I know is wrong because the Bible told me so. I come to Jesus 4 different times at First Presbyterian Church, all the while wrestling with a truth inside my head I know I can't speak of, because if I do, I'm not going to be welcome in this home away from home. My parents get divorced in 2001. I'm in middle school. My brother has been shipped off to college in Oregon, which means I get to move into the basement and have my own bathroom. And I'm elated because this newfound privacy means I'll have more opportunities to explore my dirty little secret. What starts as innocently purchasing People magazines at Borders bookstore, clipping photos of Justin Timberlake and JC Chazé and hiding them in a stockpile in a secret spot between my underwear and sock drawers, slowly transforms into exchanging more illicit photos of men down to their skivvies on AOL Instant Messenger late into the night. One day, I'm home alone at my dad's house, and I'm on the computer. And I know I'm going to be alone for a while. So I log on to LimeWire, and I type in 7 measly letters. GAYPORN. Gay porn. And immediately, thousands of results pop up. And I start to download them all, and I can't stop. That first night, I download, then delete, over 200 photographs. I'm 15 or 16 when I finally realize I can print porn off the computer at my dad's house, then hide it in my backpack and transport it back and forth between houses. I navigate to a new LimeWire search and begin my routine. Those 2 flight attendants having performative sexual intercourse on the back of a plane ought to do it today. I print the images off as quickly as possible, and I race to shove them into my backpack. And then I remember there are built-in cabinets in my bathroom in the basement at my mom's house. So I hurry back and I tear open the bathroom cabinets. I pull out the towels. There it is. That little curled piece of wallpaper sticking up in the back corner, which I carefully peel away to reveal the original shelf, which distracts me for a moment because all I can think of as a blossoming homosexual is, what idiot thought that lining this beautiful woodwork with this cheap-ass wallpaper was gonna look cute? And so begins a new routine. I build up a hefty arsenal of 8.5 by 11 printer paper porn and fill the hiding spot and feel like the master of hiding things. Until one day, I come home from school and I find my mom sitting in the kitchen waiting for me with the complete stack of printer paper porno sitting on the table in front of her, having been excavated by a sleuthy Giovanna, the woman who cleans our house. You want to explain this filth, Blake? My mom demands in her scary, serious voice. My stomach turns upside down. I've been caught, and I can feel God frowning at me. I asked, do you want to explain this filth? I don't know what to say. No matter where I turn, no matter what lies I can muster up in a matter of seconds, all roads lead to hell, maybe deeper. So I disassociate and can't recall what's said or what's happening, and it takes weeks of awkward silence before my mom finally broaches the GAYPORN subject again. After she spends hours consulting with the Fab Three, God, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, she calls the youth pastor at First Pres, who we'll call Mike, and schedules some time to chat. I walk into Mike's office at the church and sit down. I'm devastated and embarrassed. Mike is a kind man with a handsome face and a rapidly receding hairline. He used to be an actor in Los Angeles and even had a few lines in the really bad Godzilla remake starring Matthew Broderick. About 2 or 3 sentences in, I stop listening and start imagining what Mike looks like naked. It's counterproductive to his intentions, my mom's intentions, and what they're both saying are God's intentions, but I can't help it. In my teenage gutter brain, his shirt and pants are gone. Poof! And that's all I can focus on. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Mike says, I had my own experiences with men when I was living in LA, and my ears perk up. I feel my heart start to beat rapidly. Did Pastor Mike just come out to me? He goes on to say that even though he had these multiple experiences with men in California, ultimately, all roads lead back to God. And then he reads Leviticus 20:13. If a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. I leave feeling confused because I'm pretty sure that indeed my youth pastor came out of the closet to me while trying to push me back into my own, but I also leave feeling humiliated and disgusted with myself. But you know what? Deep down, I don't care. What am I supposed to do? Truly, what am I supposed to do? When I finally, officially come out to my mom in a California pizza kitchen a few years later, she acts like she doesn't expect it. But I know she's known for a really long time. It's the beginning of a long and winding road to understanding, acceptance, and forgiveness for the both of us. And years later, it does happen. And these days, we're better than ever. This past summer, I drive across the country while COVID rages to help my mom and sister and nephew pack up and say goodbye to Colorado Springs. They're moving to Oregon. I stay a couple of days after the departure to tidy up loose ends. I call my friend TT, and we meet up in downtown Colorado Springs at the parking garage across the street from First Presbyterian Church. And I stand on the second floor as the summer breeze blows across my face, and I stare into the tinted windows. I catch a glimpse of myself dancing in my fuzzy peach costume, singing my heart out in fruity tunes, and I can't help but laugh at the irony. Then I put my hand up and wave. My younger self waves back. We both know exactly who he is supposed to be. Thanks. Yeah.